Jamaica's crime rate just took a surprising nosedive, but the story behind these numbers is anything but simple. Is this the beginning of a safer Jamaica, or just a temporary lull before the storm? Hey patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're diving into a surprising twist. Major crimes in Jamaica are down by 15%. Yes, you heard that right. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says murders, shootings, and robberies are all taking a dip. But don't get too comfortable. Places like Rockfort and Territory Lane have seen chilling organized attacks, leaving us to wonder, is this dip in crime here to stay, or just a calm before the next storm? Stick around to find out what's really happening behind the numbers. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more juicy updates on Jamaica's political and social scene. Welcome all patriotic Jamaicans. The movement continues. Make we get into it now. Let's kick it off. Jamaica, land we love, or at least we try to. It's not always easy, with headlines like 8 dead in Clarendon and 5 shot at a football match in Rockfort. But today, we've got some news that's slightly less grim. Major crimes are down by 15%. That's right, folks. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang announced that between January and November 4th this year, the numbers have finally dipped. Sure, it's not a crime-free paradise, but hey, we're moving in the right direction. Stick around because we're diving into the real reasons behind these numbers. And spoiler alert, super spoiler alert, it's not all sunshines and rainbows. Highlights of the key points: 15% drop in major crimes since January, 19% reduction in murders, which translate to 233 fewer deaths. Grapes are down 28%, shootings by 9%, and robberies by 21%. Yes, I said grapes because YouTube kinda very touches when it comes to the actual R word, and it can make you get demonetized in a one bag of problem with them. So you can't say the R word, me have to say grapes. No, Dr. Chang didn't stop at vague numbers. He got specific with some of Jamaica's most notorious crime zones. St. James, down 32%. Clarendon, down 39%. And West Kingston, down a cool 30%. All of these reductions thanks to what Chang calls intensified investigative efforts and targeting key actors, which, in case you're wondering, is political speak for extra police on the streets and watching certain people like hawk. And yet, we're still left to wonder, is this a real sustainable drop or a temporary dip while things cool down? After all, even with a 15% decrease, major crimes in Jamaica are still a headline. I mean, just a few weeks ago, 5 men were shot dead during a football match at Pleasant Heights in Rockfort. And who can forget August, when 8 people were gunned down in Clarendon's Territory Lane? Chang seems pretty confident though, assuring us that these aren't random acts of violence, but rather tied to, you guessed it, organized crime. Apparently, when the gunmen show up, they come with a plan. And in Chang's words, Jamaica Constabulary Force officers are working tirelessly to bring those responsible to justice. Sounds intense, right? They're out there busting up criminal networks, cutting down double murders from 78 incidents to 40. Hey, hey, it's a start. So while we're not exactly calling Jamaica the land of peace and harmony just yet, it's a glimmer of hope, but is it enough? Will we finally see a time when our island's big crime drama is only on the TV? Hit subscribe, drop your thoughts below, and join us for the next update. Let's see where we stand next month. Here's a summary of the key takeaways. 1. St. James down by 32%, Clarendon by 39%, West Kingston by 30%. 2. Police efforts include focusing on organized crime and intelligence gathering. 3. Recent incidents including 8 dead in Clarendon and 5 killed at Rockfort football match. Here are some detailed questions and answers that could resonate with your concerns about crime in Jamaica based on this news article's information. Question number 1. Is Jamaica actually becoming safer, or is this just temporary? Answer. While major crimes have indeed decreased by 15%, it's not a guarantee that we're heading towards a crime-free Jamaica just yet. Dr. Horace Chang, the nation's National Security Minister, highlights that these reductions come from focused efforts targeting organized crime, increasing intelligence operations, and ramping up the police presence in hotspots like St. James, West Kingston, and Clarendon. But it's important to remember that crime trends can fluctuate. So while there's hope, there's also caution that a resurgence could happen if efforts aren't consistent. Question number 2. How much of a reduction are we actually seeing in murders and other violent crimes? Answer. This year, there's been a 19% reduction in murders alone, with 233 fewer killings compared to last year. Shootings have dropped by 9%, rapes by 28%, and robberies by 21%. These are real numbers, and they represent real lives impacted. But there are still incidents of organized violent attacks, like the tragic shooting in Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon, and the Rockfort football match in Kingston. So while the numbers are moving in the right direction, the remaining violent incidents remind us that there's still work to do. Question number 3. Is this decrease happening all over Jamaica or just in certain areas? Answer. It's definitely not uniform across the island. The most significant decreases have been in crime-heavy areas like St. James, which saw a 32% drop, Clarendon with a 39% decrease, and West Kingston down by 30%. Meanwhile, other areas like Westmoreland and St. Andrew South have seen reductions of 12% and 14% respectively. The security forces are focusing on these problematic divisions. Certain hotspots are showing improvements, but crime in some other regions hasn't dropped as dramatically. Question number 4. What's causing this decrease in crime? Answer. Dr. Chang attributes the reduction to intensified police efforts and targeted strategies against organized crime. This includes intelligence gathering, a higher police presence in key areas, and a crackdown on notorious criminal networks that fuel violent crimes. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has been mobilizing more personnel and focusing on curbing gang activities. Essentially, the police are working to destabilize these organized networks, which could be leading to fewer incidents. Question number 5. Are these numbers reliable, or could they be manipulated? Answer. The statistics reported come directly from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and are compared to the same period last year. While the numbers seem encouraging, there's always a degree of skepticism when it comes to interpreting crime data, as not all incidents are reported and some crimes go unrecorded. However, the downward trend across multiple categories, murders, shootings, rape, and robbery, suggests an overall positive shift, even if the complete picture is complex. Question number 6. Are the most violent incidents really down, or are we just hearing less about them? Answer. Dr. Chang did address this point, noting that there's been a decline in multiple murders and double murders. For example, last year saw 78 double murders, whereas this year there have been 40 incidents with fewer victims. While recent high-profile shootings have been shocking, they are less frequent than they were before. Still, Chang admits that these incidents are so disturbing that they create a social shock, making people feel unsafe despite the overall drop in violent crime. Question number 7. How are organized crime and gangs involved in these numbers? Answer. Many of these violent incidents are attributed to organized crime groups that target specific people or engage in gang rivalry. Chang emphasizes that these shootings are typically not random. They are often targeted attacks connected to Jamaica's organized crime networks. The government's efforts to reduce crime have largely been focused on dismantling these networks, which are responsible for much of the violence. The police are making strides, but organized crime remains a persistent challenge. Question number 8. Is the government's approach sustainable in the long term? Answer. That's the big question. While Jamaica Constabulary Force is working tirelessly to keep this downward trend going, sustained progress will depend on resources, continued intelligence operations, and community support. Tackling organized crime is complex, and temporary crackdowns won't solve the root causes of violence. Chang's plan focuses on the now, but the long-term solution may require more comprehensive social reforms in addition to police action. I hope these questions and answers address any potential concerns that you might have about Jamaica's 15% dip in major crimes. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Let's get into my reaction and commentary. So we have a 15% drop in major crimes since January and a 19% reduction in murders, which translate to 233 fewer deaths. Rapes down by 28%, shootings by 9%, and robberies by 21%. So we have to give thanks for the reduction. We now go brush it aside and go and like say, oh, this and nothing. This is a start. A start which should have happened long time ago. So me now go say it too late. It never too late for start. It's never too late for the government them decide to take a hard stance against crime once and for all. And me know PM Holness and Dr. Chang is also aware of what the World Bank recently said, that crime is one of the major reasons that is stopping economic growth and keeping away investment and investors. So now watch illegal investors them where you see are come here. Much more would be here if the government did actually have the crime under control. Cause why would I come to Jamaica when me can go Barbados, Grenada them, St. Lucia them, where have a better environment and a more friendly business environment and very low murder rates. That's what a smart investor would do. Look elsewhere. You think Jamaica is the only island in the Caribbean we have sun, sea, and cool breeze? No, Jamaica is not the only Caribbean island where surrounded by water with pretty beaches and sand. Investors have options. So if you want to make your country, your island look attractive to all investors, control your crime rate. So we need to come out of this downward spiral. So it's ironic how Dr. Chang just dropped this when the World Bank just lists crime as one of the major problems where stop the economic growth of Jamaica. This is very convenient. Good timing. No, we don't want to get complacent and lackadaisical now, and start say, well, yeah, and cock up on our foot. No, now how you accelerate. Now how you apply more pressure. Now you crack down even more harder. You can't look at the 15% as a great accomplishment when we know much more can be done, when we know much more should have been done from decades ago. Remember, we are grappling with this crime issue from back in the 80s. So we are looking at almost 4 decades of this crime problem, and no successful government administration has actually really make no significant effort to actually address the crime issue. So it's like what? Regular Jamaican lives don't matter. Only the elites in upper society lives matter. Only when crime reach up the sun, somebody from the elite society is affected by crime, then you see them send the whole force to try find out who do it. You not send the wrong message to the population. Cause if only certain people lives matter and the 99% average person will live in a Jamaica for them life no matter, then the 99% will start look pound now. We don't answer but wait. We make phone life more special than mine. So as me say, much more need to be done. Dr. Chang, as it relates to a fight crime, this is just a start. Barely a scratch the surface with the 15%. So it's 15% drop in major crimes since January and 19% reduction in murders, which translates to 233 fewer deaths. That's 233 lives saved, which is something to be thankful for. Because life is valuable. So we expect a politician them to work, put in work. Don't come with no mediocre performance. And cause Dr. Chang should have started this from the first term. This is second term, This is the Labour Party's second term in power. So all of this effort where I start on the last part when the election they near, this should have started from the first term coming into the second term. So now into this second term where we should see reductions below 1,000. So when you're in at the 1,000, you're in what? Quadruple digits. So when we're in at the hundreds, we would have been at triple digits. And then we would have left the thing is, every year you must always see a downward trend in crime reduction. So you left out of the 1,000 go in the hundreds. And then you left the triple digits in the hundreds and go double digits. So you would have the 90s and a go down and a go down. And that we want to see. Yeah man, put in the work. Put in the work, Dr. Chang. Much more need to be done. This is a start. I'm not going to say it's a late start. A start is a start. And more importantly, big up to the security forces. Because of them are risk their life. And I put their life on the line for try make Jamaica a safer place for all of us. So Dr. Chang can't get the credit because him now put him life on the line. So it's the police officers and the soldiers who are put their life on the line, and them are the actual hero. And them on the front line, and them are risk their life every day to make the streets and Jamaica a safer place. So big up to the security forces, 100%. Because we know how politics go. Politicians will come up front and take you like credit like in a street or dodge no bullet. You see me? No, the security forces are the real hero in this scenario. Yeah man, so big up to all JDF and JCF personnels. Keep doing the good work. Keep doing a good job. I mean, we don't get big up enough. I mean, we don't get enough credit because of a few bad apples we might be in and amongst the ranks. But big up on yourself. Trust me. As me always say, people who don't own car don't care about potholes. So had these politicians and senators lived in the same community, we have all of these crime and gunshot a fire and AK a turn on, you would see a difference in how they approach crime. But because they are immune to crime, because crime no bother them, it no affect them and their loved ones, they don't really care. Them no care. For them gated communities probably have armed security at the gates. You understand? So this is how sheltered these people are from crime. So, and that make them kind of out of touch with reality. You understand? Because it doesn't bother them, it don't affect them one bit. So why would you care? You ever see somebody where you walk a complain on a black road about patrol? Them a buy front end parts? No, they don't care. The people who care about crime are the one them where directly live in it and directly easily accessible to being affected by crime. And that is just human nature. So Dr. Chang dropped this to try boost up back the Labour Party ratings because the poll results now reflect so positive on PM Holness and the JLP administration. So they might try use this to try get back them popularity rating back up with the masses. We are saying no, we're disinterested. We're tired of too much scandal, too much allegations of illicit enrichment, allegedly, too much accusations. Yes. So this is just PR, they might try rebrand and reframe and take control of the narrative. And I say, yo, look, so we have fight crime, yeah? Yeah, man, we have fight crime. Look here. Dr. Horace Chang, you are an actual medical doctor by profession. This man is a trained medical doctor. Hence, this is why I not think he's very competent in or with the security portfolio. Not very competent at all. We need someone with the proper competency to have this ministry and this portfolio. We cannot give people who have financial background and actual medical doctor background to handle these portfolios. You need someone with actual combat experience, with actual combat training. You know, you have qualified persons within the JCF and the JDF that can handle this security ministry. Very competent people from the JCF and the JDF. Those are the people that should have this ministry, not a trained medical doctor. How we more excel in the security portfolio? This man should be the Minister of Health. Now, probably if you go check Tufton background, Tufton doctorate is just a doctorate. He's not a trained medical doctor like Dr. Horace Chang. So me never understand this backwardsness of how them give people portfolios where they're not qualified for and they're not competent at handling. Let me address this quick little issue. If you are a die-hearted PMP or a die-hearted JLP, this channel I go offend you a lot. Me I go say things we are go offend you a lot. You will be offended. This channel definitely now go be for you, cause guess what? Me I go call out your favorite political parties when them a do foolishness. Yes. So this channel is not a cheerleader for either of your two favorite political parties. This channel is a cheerleader for a better Jamaica, and Jamaicans want to see a better Jamaica. So yeah, if the PMP do good, me I go cover it and me I talk about it, me I big them up. If the JLP do good, me I go cover it, me I go big them up and me I talk about it. So if you cannot handle any form of constructive criticism in one objective way, this channel is definitely not for you. I realize a lot of people are not critical thinkers and they are not open-minded to hear a different perspective that may go against what they believe and what they like. You understand? So this channel is not to cater to your feelings and emotions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and check out our other videos on Jamaica's political and social scene. Your support keeps us going. See you in the next one. One love, Jamaica.